And we are live on a Friday.
Hey, it's TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Lawson's got his coffee or whatever that he just sipped.
It's tea.
Welcome to the Legends.
I don't drink.
Huh?
It's tea. I don't drink coffee. I would rather drink leaf juice than bean juice. Coffee's disgusting.
Can you just end the show now? Um, Welcome to the Legends Clubhouse. It's a Friday. Lawson's drinking his tea. Jesus, I can't believe I said that. I am Bobby Kaboose, as always, with this tea drinking son of a bitch, Lawson Turner.
What's going
What's
on, man?
going on, man?
We
No,
yesterday was
it's
one of the most unever days of the year. Like just nothing was going on. However, you know, um,
It's Tattoo Day.
huh?
Did you get a tattoo?
I
It was
didn't.
National Tattoo Day. Did you go get a tattoo?
I did not. I
Oh,
see.
that's
I see. You partook
yeah. I went and I
everything
got all of
done.
them,
Yeah.
everything done yesterday. I just sat in the chair for 24 hours, and every tattoo that I now have, I got yesterday.
Stupid question that everybody asks whenever you talk to somebody with a tattoo. Which one hurt like the most, or did
Um,
or did you just thug it out?
so it's a tricky question,
Mm.
because my leg took 9.5 hours in one sitting. So by, hour number like
Sick.
6, yeah, it was kind of hurting like everywhere.
Mm.
Um, but they have this spray that they can spray and it'll numb your skin
Yeah.
for 20 to 30 minutes. The problem is with any kind of spray or anything, like, I mean, I'm sure you're a pale guy. I'm sure you put suntan lotion on at some point in your life, or
Yeah.
sunscreen, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. When I was a
um
youngin.
and sometimes you miss a spot, and because it is a liquid, you have to get every inch of your body.
Right.
Well, so same thing with this spray. When you miss a spot, you can't feel shit, but then once it hits that spot it's not numb, it hurts like a motherfucker because you're not expecting it.
Right.
Um,
That's
the
so
one that
funny.
probably in the area that hurt the most,
Mm.
just in a little area, I have some lyrics above my or on my chest,
Mm.
and it's about an inch away from my nipple, and I swear, um when the one letter that was the closest to my nipple, I thought they were ripping my nipple off. And it wasn't, like, it's literally like an inch to an inch and a half away. So that was the most sensitive part. But yeah,
That's so
if I had
funny.
to pick like a solid tattoo, it'd be probably my leg,
Mm.
because I sat there for 9.5 hours. I sat, like, and that I've sat like for 7 hours, 8 hours, and 9.5, like
Damn.
three
Yeah.
different tattoos. So I like to get them done in one day. Like,
Mm.
my mindset is, man, it hurts, but it's got to get done.
Yeah.
So and the older you get, the older, or the more it hurts. So, like, when I was young and like you, um I could sit there for however long, and it wouldn't phase me. But now,
Shit hurts.
after a couple hours, dude, it's starting to get a little
Yeah.
tender and sore.
I
So
went with one of my boys. He got Medusa tattooed on the back of his head. Don't ask me why. I was like, "Are you sure you want it like on the back? Like you're never gonna see that." And he was like, "I don't fucking care." And I was like, "As long as
yeah,
it
but
fucking
she's
cares,
watching it. She's
huh?"
watching his back. She's watching his back for him. So
That's a good point.
if anyone's staring him down from the back, they
Just
turn
freeze
into
them.
stone.
Makes
Bam.
perfect sense. But it was so funny because um, it was when I was in England and he was laying, out on the fucking table, and uh, I guess everyone has because I have seasonal allergies, so my nose damn near runs year round anyways. Apparently over there, everyone has this thing called the English cold, where your just nose constantly runs because it's the weather's different and stuff like that. So bro was all I remember, like bro was just laying like on it looks like a fucking massage table, but with the head cut off, so they can get the back of his fucking head.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, hey bro, your nose is running, and there's just a fucking blob of just fucking just mucus on the fucking floor. I was like, you nasty fuck, you're gonna have to clean bro's shit up. I had that
And that's
exact.
just normal. That's just normal over there. Everyone's just mucusing on the floor.
No, I mean,
I don't want to go to England.
He
How do you wear sandals over there? That's fucking gross.
He had his fucking AirPods in. I'm like, hey bro, do you is the music so loud that you don't feel like your nose is running, bro? Like, you nasty fuck. But I mean, the tattoo artist did a good job. To my recollection, he's gone to the same tattoo artist all the time. He's got like his hand done, his sleeves done, all that jazz.
Yeah, so my one of my close friends, he's a phenomenal tattoo artist.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if you want to check out his work, go on Instagram. His handle is Nate N9000. He actually, if you follow New Leaf News, National Tattoo Day, like we said, was yesterday. And I posted like he did a leaf, and he actually, I reached out to him. I was like, hey man, have you ever tattooed like a leaf or leaves or whatever? And can you send it to me? And he's like, yeah. And when he sent it to me, he's like, I've done better ones. This was when I first started, but I'm in the middle of something. This is the only one I could find for now. And I was like, that's fine.
Yeah.
It works. I am actually very upset that I got like anything on this arm before I met him. Or not before I met him. I've known him since junior high, but since he became a tattoo artist, because now I'm like, man, the shit that I could get on this arm instead of this tribal shit, so there's a lot of real estate right here that could have been
real estate.
some cool shit.
Do you plan on getting anything? Do you plan on getting anything to like fill in your sleeve, or you just kind of it is what it is now? Because how like there's like the patch sleeve where it's not like fully fold in and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, yeah. So this one, I basically just need this area done to finish off my sleeve. It's not 100. I'm not going inside the arm. Inside the arm fucking hurts too, dude. This shit fucking hurt like a motherfucker. That says family in Russian.
Yeah.
But just packing the black in there, dude, fucking hurt like a motherfucker.
I was gonna say, my boy got a sea turtle right here, and I'm like, dude, that's that soft meat on your arm, dude. Fuck that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Outside, I'll do that, or forearm. I got my forearms done. But I kind of wish I could do a cover up for this, but I don't think it would look good. And cover ups suck too because they have to pound through the scar tissue, so it's like it's a harder tattoo. I have some cover up down here, and it was kind of interesting, but like I said, like it's at this point I don't know.
Without getting too personal, would you get covered up?
More tribal.
Just
my
stuff.
buddy when he was an apprentice, he did it, and the guy he was working under didn't really know what the fuck he was doing. I mean, my buddy's thankful that he gave him an opportunity, but like now my buddy owns his own shop, and like looking back, he's like, yeah, that dude did not know any, because like with tribal, you're supposed to like play to how your muscles lay.
Yeah.
And the guy just like, I mean, at the time I was like, okay, it's okay, it looks okay, and my buddy was like, dude, let me, like, when he got like established, he's like, I need to fix that, and I will, do it. So it's supposed to look like as if your arm was ripped off, and there's like the cells and shit like that, and on this side, my skin looks like it's being removed, and there's a skull underneath.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is what it is. Like for me, I have, 2 tattoos that have meaning, right? I have fucking the family one with in Russian, and I have my mom's signature on my chest.
Yeah.
Those, besides that, I just like shit that looks cool. I got, an angel over here, with some other angels flying around. I got Cerberus, who's Hades' dog,
Mm-hmm.
and the three-headed dog on the bottom with Hades on the other side. So I
Just
got
a bunch
like
of cool
a heaven
designs
and
and shit
hell,
like that.
heaven and hell type theme here, and then I got an Egyptian goddess on my leg.
It's dope.
So my shit doesn't really mean much, but I just think it's cool.
Yeah.
I was never gonna be a leg tattoo guy. I couldn't believe I became one. But I got the Egyptian goddess on my leg, the 9.5 hour long one, it cost me $15. So that was pretty much why I got it. It's amazing. Like it is a phenomenal tattoo. But the reason why it was $15 was because my buddy was tattooing at a tattoo convention,
Mm-hmm.
and he was basically like, "Hey, I'll cut you a deal if you come down here," because it was like about an hour and a half away. And he's like, if you come down here for the day, I'll give you a tattoo. It's got to be on your leg. It's got to be some kind of portrait, and but I'll give it to you for free. And so I was like, okay. So I got the Egyptian goddess, and the reasoning was because he wanted to enter it into the contest for the daily contest there.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't finish in time to enter the contest.
Oh, I
So,
was just about to ask if y'all won or not. That would have been pretty fucking sick.
but the funny thing is
Mm-hmm.
my buddy, like, so I went on a Saturday. The tattoo convention was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Right.
My buddy had won Friday and Sunday. So,
So if he
he-
would have finished, I mean,
yeah,
not,
yeah,
not to play that it would have been a locked deal, but if the motherfucker won
uh,
Friday and the motherfucker won Sunday, he probably would have fucking
yeah,
won on the Saturday.
100%.
Right.
Sunday he did John Lennon. Someone wanted John Lennon, and he did that. And on Friday, I forget what he did on Friday, but it was another like portrait. And like yeah, dude, he goes to these things, and not only does he win a lot of these awards for these conventions, but like his artists that he has brought on, like I see on Facebook and Instagram that they've won a couple of times too.
That's
So
awesome.
he's got a very talented studio, and he's definitely getting his name out there. So but yeah, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, like I said, there's a few that I would either like to be able to change or cover up, but I don't even know if it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what I would get. Actually, if I had like a full arm available, what I probably would get is I would get one of those ones that make your arm look like the Terminator, like the whole fucking like just looks like a whole machine.
Bro's gonna
I
turn
think
into a
that
bionicle.
yes, I think
I've
that's
seen
cool as fuck.
I've seen a bunch of people get those on like on TikTok and stuff where it'll be like
Yeah,
part of their rib cage and it's like
yeah,
them like ripped open or shit like that.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Um,
I always thought that was cool, like just having it all look like metal,
yeah,
or yeah, like it like pulls apart a little bit, and there's the machine behind it.
it's pretty cool.
Um,
They
but yeah,
speaking of getting stuff like covered up, I remember this is a long time ago. One of my mom's friends had his ex-girlfriend's name tattooed on his chest.
it's a no go.
That's why I said, "What were you thinking?" He said, "Hey," and I'm like, "What you mean? Hey, there's no rest of the story." That's all he said was, "Hey," and you know what's even more funny? Couple years later, he got it filled with the new girlfriend's name, and I'm like, if you make
Oh,
if you make a mistake once, don't make it again.
it's like I think it was The Simpsons where someone had like he rolled up his sleeve and there was like a bunch of tattoos, a bunch of names, and they were all crossed off.
Yeah, with just the next one all the way down.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've also seen
So
some interesting stuff where like partners will get like each other's like teeth marks, like you'll bite somebody and then fucking they'll do your
yeah.
teeth stuff, and I'm like, that shit's just little like that's just a little far out there.
Yeah, I mean I've thought about like doing the lips,
Yeah,
either like on the neck or like on like the
like your clavicle.
uh yeah, collarbone,
Yeah.
clavicle. Um but no, that would be more if if it was in a position where I probably never had to work again. Then
Mhm.
I would consider a neck tattoo, but beside, other than that, I just like I was the type, man, at the beginning, that I didn't want anything past here.
Mhm.
So if I wore a shirt, then you wouldn't know that I had any tattoos.
Yeah.
But then they started becoming more acceptable and stuff. But like that's still one of the reasons why I cut it off at the wrist. So if I am wearing like a suit or a button up shirt, I don't have any tattoos exposed.
Mhm.
I will never get my hands done.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Like I said, I was kind of against the legs. I don't really care for leg tattoos too much. But now that I have one, now I feel like I almost have to fill out the entire thing. So
Any in
I don't know.
particular reason why you're anti-leg tattoo?
I just like I don't know, man. Like like to me, I just like I don't know. Girls
Arms,
can pull
chest.
off leg
Yeah.
tattoos. Guys, like to me, it just always see if I looked. I don't know. Weird. I guess weird. Not weird, but like I
It
don't know
just
who's
wasn't
really
your
looking at your
spiel.
legs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know. I
I
don't
was
know.
gonna say
Yeah,
because
I just was never.
one of my boys, he after he got his arms did for the most part, he was like that where it's like I'm just not gonna do leg tattoos, and then he sends me a picture and he got two of his favorite DJ's logos tattooed on his thighs, like on the
Mhm.
front part of his thigh, and I was like, oh, that's sick. I thought you said you didn't like leg tattoos, and he was like, I was just feeling it, dude. And I'm like, hey man, your body is your
Yeah, and
canvas. Do what you do.
dude, and that's like I have nothing on my stomach.
Mhm.
And like to me, like I'm like, okay, like if I was ripped or if I had like a six pack or something, or not even six pack, but if I was slim, like if I didn't have like a little dad bod going, a little belly,
Right.
then yeah, I would probably get something there. But like I feel like like I don't want like it to look like a pumpkin or something. You know what I mean, or whatever. Like I think it looks weird if you're fat and you have a unless you're like really fat, like and that's your like your thing.
That's your
I'm
gimmick.
like, that's my gimmick. I'm fat as fuck and look at my tattoo. But like I mean, like dad bod tattoo, like that's not in.
Basically, what
But
Mr. Kaboose is saying, if you got a dad bod, stay to the arms and the chest. Stay to the arms and the chest.
yeah, arms and chest, dude, that's fine. And like me, like dude, I've always had like a small chest for my size too. So like even with that, I'm like, man, like you know, like I only got words on my chest, both sides. So
Yeah.
um, yeah. It is what it is. But yeah, if I could go back, I would the if I could remove one tattoo, it'd
Yeah.
be the back of my shoulder. I started with tribal in the back of my shoulders. My tribal goes from here down to here.
Yeah.
Um across, but like the back of my shoulders, like I feel like that was such a wasted spot because that was my first tattoo and I
Yeah.
just wanted something. Like I was like, again, if I planned ahead, that's a great area for a tattoo, the back of your shoulders, and I would definitely have something different. And that one's probably the easiest one to cover up because the lines are very thin, but um, you
I
know,
feel too though, like
it
especially when you know like a guy growing up and you have a little bit interest in tattoo. One of you like your first handful is like, oh, tribal or cross or something along those lines that are generic, stereotypical for guys. What's your thoughts
yeah,
on the front of the neck? I
don't like it.
I'm right,
The front
dude.
and neck. No.
I've seen so many, especially with the word glizzy becoming semi-sexual. You don't know what a glizzy is?
No.
It's a hot dog. Anyways, Anyways,
It's not a hot dog.
yeah,
The
it
fuck's a
is
glizzy?
a hot dog.
Is it a dick?
Sexually, yeah, it's a dick.
All
So,
right.
anyways,
Who the fuck
so
is the word glizzy?
I don't know who invented it. It just popped up like 4 or 5 years ago, and so like, anyways, some people they
This
will
generation.
right, and with social media, starting to pop up, when a lot of people they'll get like the neck tattoos, and it'll be like someone's initials, and if it has a G in it, they're like getting something that means glizzy on the front of your neck is kind of wild, bro. And just a lot of interesting shit like that. Great example. I saw one on TikTok literally just before the show when I was killing time. Their initials were DBG, and of course I checked the comments because the first comment that Daddy be gentle on the throat is why. And I'm like, that shit is fucking insane.
And that's why the internet's undefeated.
Dog, that shit's so funny.
Oh man. But yeah, so in my like I said, the back of my shoulders was my first one.
Yeah.
So when I went there and got it, the guy was like, he's like, hey man, he's like, what's your biggest tattoo so far? And I was like, oh, this will be. And he's like, well, what do you have so far? I go, no, this is my first tattoo. And he's like, you're gonna go this big on your first tattoo? I go, yeah, well, why not? And he's like, all right, man. So I sat there for like 3 hours while he did it. I didn't move a fucking muscle. I just fucking like I was perfectly fine. The guy after he looks at me, he's like, dude, he goes, I have never seen anyone get a tattoo this big for their first tattoo and not move a fucking muscle when I was doing it. I was like,
Yeah.
fucking machine, bro. But yeah, the older you get, now I'm like, fuck, dude, fuck. Let's take a break, man. Let's take a break. Stop hurting me.
Let's get some numbing cream.
Yeah, let's get some numbing cream, dude. Don't you smoke cigarettes? Go take a smoke break, man. God.
Don't smoke cigarettes while you're tattooing me.
Fucking addiction. Come on.
If you need to rip a cigarette, go take this shit outside, dude. I need a break anyways.
Damn, dude. I need to calm down. Go give me a snack.
I was gonna say that's another thing that I've heard too a lot of is like, bro, show up well hydrated and eat before.
Yeah.
Do not go on
Yeah, and now, like I said, now that I have the aches and pains of a 38-year-old, like even just sitting in like a particular position for that long hurts me. I'm like, God damn, dude, like I'm like fucking like I
got a crick in my bag.
I'm more sore from just like the fucking positioning for days. I'm like, fuck, dude, that tattoo killed. Oh, where'd you get it? I got it on my leg, but my back is killing me. But my back, I will only get my back done if it's one solid piece, but they're gonna have to put me under. Like they're gonna have to put me under to just do it in one day.
Yeah.
And fucking get it done, dude. And if that's an option somewhere, then I'll get it done. If not, then my back's probably not gonna get done. But I would like a whole back piece. I think that would be pretty slick.
I've seen especially a bunch of now that going under for tattoos is becoming a lot more popular. I've seen a handful of like NFL athletes and players and stuff. They'll go under to get like whole chest, back, just their whole everything done before.
Max Crosby, right?
I think Max did it. I think Malik Neighbors recently did it.
Mm-hmm.
I know someone did it recently.
I'm curious on like if they have to have like because you can't just be putting people under, right? Like, do you have to have like do you have to have like a doctor involved? Like do you have to get a special like certification or license to do that, or
maybe like an anesthesiast or whatever fancy word of whoever uses the anesthesia to put people under or whatever.
But like, yeah, I couldn't imagine like my buddy just being like with a needle, be like, "All right, man, you ready?" Like, or like with some fucking chloroform. Okay, I'm ready. I'll fall asleep soon.
That's so funny. Opinions on.
You don't rate me.
That's insane. What's What are your thoughts on color, or are you just traditional black, shade, all that stuff?
So, I have very minimal color.
Mm.
I have a little bit of blue in this one.
Yep.
And it's kind of just accents it, and then I have a little bit of orange and red for fire down here,
Mm.
and that's it. I am very um pro gray and black and shade because A, the color fades.
Yeah.
B, the black and gray, you don't have to get touched up as often. I've never had any of my tattoos touched up. Maybe I should. I'm not sure, but like people are like, "Oh, I need to get my tattoo." I'm like, what are you gonna get touched up so it's good for another 2 years, like
Mm.
or whatever, and it fades again? Like, I don't know, man. So I I just like the black and gray, man.
Yeah.
I think it looks better, it ages better.
Mm.
But it is gonna be weird when all these people that are my age, younger, or slightly older, when we're all fucking like 80, if we make it that long, to be sagging with fucking bunch of tattoos and shit, right?
When speaking of tattoos, like fading and stuff like that. My sister's friend, when she became of age to get a tattoo and stuff like that. One of her first tattoos. So you know what SpongeBob is, right? You old fuck.
No.
Anyways, so there's this motherfucker that lives in a pineapple under the sea, right? So there's no
Does he have square pants?
yeah, he does have square pants. So there's a character on the show named Plankton, right? And he's a little plankton, right? And she
Yeah.
she got Plankton tattooed under her big toe, and he's like getting stepped on and squished just because she thought it was funny. And I was like, yo, are you fucking serious? And she was, dude. It made me laugh so hard because this girl, she's not tall, like she's maybe 5 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and super skinny. And I was like, they're damn near imprinting your bones when you're getting tattooed. Like there's no
Um,
meat there.
I'm surprised they did that because my sister wanted a tattoo on her palm.
Ooh, I've heard
Uh,
them bitches hurt.
Well, because she wanted just like the location for Michigan, right?
Oh, okay.
So she was gonna get like a little star or something or whatever
Mm.
the fuck she was gonna get. Well, the artist was like, I'm not gonna do that. And she asked why. He goes, because you use your hands so much
It's gonna
that
fade.
it will literally fade to a point where it won't be existent anymore. Like you're just basically wasting your money.
That's what
And so
happened
I'm
to her.
sorry.
That's what happened to my sister's friend.
Yeah.
Her
Well, the
fucking little
guy basically
plankton.
takes
Yeah.
advantage of it. So like, because like I said, my buddy like does them. Basically told my sister like, I'm not gonna do that because it's a waste of money. Like it
Yeah.
will fade away and you won't be happy. So and
Mhm.
she actually was like, oh my god, I thank you so much for not doing that. Like so whoever your sister's friend went to like just kind of probably wanted a quick
That
buck.
shit's so funny. I've seen, dude, it's so cool the amount of interesting stuff you can do with tattoos. I've seen people tattoo like barcodes and go up to the self checkout and scan themselves, and they'll just have it's a barcode for um like some movie in the fucking store, or just
Mhm.
random items and stuff. They have certain QR codes for like a certain for a Spotify playlist. So like example, you could just take a screenshot of like every playlist has like like their generic code or whatever, and some people have
Yeah.
like their playlist tattooed on, so it's just that little QR code. So motherfuckers just hey, pass the aux or pass your phone, scan this or whatever the fuck, and I'm like, hey dude. It's your body.
In my arm, bro.
It's your body. It's your canvas. You do whatever the fuck you want, dude.
I
But yeah,
mean,
I've
I
seen.
I have, dude, I have my tattoos, a lot, like I said, don't a lot of them don't have meaning. But I'm not that fucking stupid. I'm not gonna fucking put a QR code on me, dude.
for
Because
for a
okay,
coconut or some stupid shit.
when QR codes are obsolete, when they're fucking, like everything has a cycle, right?
Right.
You're not gonna get fucking um. There's not a good example because technology isn't, but imagine if like, you know, you got a tattoo of a fucking, VCR or some shit and it worked. Yeah, the shit is irrelevant now. Like people don't use VCRs. Like at some point in the future, we're probably not going to use QR codes, like whether it's, it'll probably be a while, but there is going to be something that replaces it, right?
Right.
And then you're going to be like stuck with a goddamn QR code. But my sister has she's so what did you call them, like the non-connected sleeves?
Like patch it, like patched.
Okay, yeah, she got patch sleeve or whatever you want to call it. But her tattoos, man, like she gets like just like whatever she's feeling, right? She's got a
Is it like little
she's got
small things, or is it like
no,
just?
they're like blotches of stuff
I love
like
how you're just like, oh no, because I've seen some people they'll get like little small things, like like not saying like stars or stuff, but like
yeah.
example, you could get like Mario, like a itty bitty Mario
Yeah.
character here, all that shit all the way down.
Right. Yeah. I mean, hers are in like various sizes. I
Yeah,
wouldn't say they were small, but I wouldn't say they were like crazy big. But like, she's got one with like a pinup girl, saying, ask me the meaning of my tattoo, because like people are always like, what does that mean? And she's like, it doesn't, it doesn't
that's
have to
the
have a fucking meaning,
that's the
right?
gimmick.
Yeah, and she's got one. What is that brand of cooler? It's like Playhouse or Playmate
Yeah,
cooler.
yeah.
You know the little Playmate coolers.
Hmm.
Um, she got a tattoo of that, and it says "Don't hate me because I'm a little cooler,"
Just,
and
just,
shit like that. Just clever shit, dude.
yeah,
Right? So like, yeah, she's got. I mean, she's. It seems like she's getting tattoos every like 6 months, man. She's got way more than I do. Mine probably cover more space, but she's got way more tattoos than I do.
yeah. I saw TikTok a couple years ago. There was this girl, and she in the TikTok, she said she was completely tattooed the fuck up. She said she was an accountant, and she keeps a spreadsheet on like how much she spent on all her fucking tattoos. Because once again, I knew tattoos, depending upon who you go and stuff like that, could get expensive. But when she said, "Oh, I spent easily 50,000 on all my tattoos," I'm like, "Damn, bitch,
Yeah, that's a
that's a
lot.
man, that's a whole lot."
See, like mine have gotten significantly cheaper in the last couple years because of my buddy. So he always just hooks me up. So
Yeah.
and I try to I try to hook him up as far as like if whatever, like at least, or tipping or bringing him some drinks or something. But
Mm.
he always hooks the homie up. So um I
So.
appreciate it. I try to put his work out there as much as I can as well. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, dude, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if like he becomes like the best tattoo artist in the Detroit area,
Have
or
you
if he's not.
seen Have you seen that show like Next Top Tattoo Artist, or one of those like
Yeah.
reality shows, stuff like that? Do you think that he could consider potentially being on one of those or something like that?
Oh man, I think he would love it. I think he watches some of the shit and he like obviously picks it apart, like because it is a television show, so
Yeah.
like there's but yeah, I think I would 100% think that he would be interested in something like that if he got the opportunity, because at the end of the day it's free exposure, right? Like
Yeah, 100%.
you're regardless if you come in last, you're still one of the top fucking tattoo artists in the fucking world to be on the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
That's super dope though.
it's not gonna defame your character or defame your artistry or like
It's not like, holy shit, you got last. Like, my last is my worst. What they consider worst is still top 0.01% of your fucking guy. You're right.
exactly.
Hmm.
Hey man, Meth Gator.
Meth Gator. Well, I was gonna say speaking of Meth Gator, but this has no relation to it. Someone who plays like one. I'm sure you saw T.J. Watt's contract extension
Yeah, man. I thought he
yesterday.
was gonna get traded.
It was so funny because when I saw that he got traded, one of my boys called me. I was like, "That's a lot," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, that's the going rate." And he was like, "Don't." he was like, I kind of thought he was going to get traded. I was like, when they sign Aaron Rodgers and trade for DK Metcalf, you're going all in. We signed TJ White and we're still top 10 in cap space next year. So it's just there's a lot of interesting things because I saw all the mock trades, all the XYZs, all of the like with Terry McLaurin, being disgruntled about his contract, situation and stuff like that. I saw one person say, "Oh, should the Steelers reach out?" And I'm like, no, because XYZ, all that stuff. But did you think? Now, obviously, I'm going to be a homer. Did you think that he was worth, the 41 million a year?
I mean, that's a lot to put in one position, but I mean, it's only 3 years, like you said. It's not really affecting the cap too much. The cap always fucking rises almost every year,
Yeah.
and like it's one of the local radio hosts, sports talk radio hosts around here. He is basically like his claim is like, dude, like they say there's a salary cap, but there's no salary cap. Like there really isn't. Like look at the San Francisco 49ers like in the last couple of years. Like how many like guys that they bring in or like extend and rework their contracts. Like there's no way that they should have been able to pay all these motherfuckers.
Or like
And
the
like
Eagles?
they find a way, dude. Like it's like okay, like there's loopholes and ways you can manipulate the contracts and renegotiate and reconstructure. So like, dude, I don't care, man. Like it's when guys get that, like okay, it is what it is, and like when fans are like, oh my god, I can't believe they're paying this much money, but hey, it's not your fucking money, so why do you even care?
It's the owner's money. Like
yeah.
you're arguing about millionaires, about billionaires paying, making other people millionaires. Like
Right, and it's like okay, yeah, they get a lot of money, but like if they can still find a way to bring the people in that they want to bring in,
right.
like even I remember like I think it was like a year or two ago, maybe 3 years. Remember the Saints were like, weren't they like fucking like $50 million in the hole and they had to fucking figure something
Yeah,
out and
they
like
were like 70. Like yeah, I think you're right. Like 3 years ago, they were like 70 million under, and everyone was like, oh, or over the cap, and it's like, oh, well, they're gonna have to figure some shit out or cut bait
yeah,
with a assload of people, and it still didn't help a lot.
right.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's not like they were like, oh man, we're getting rid of Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, the ghost of Michael Thomas,
You name it, they're getting rid of them.
yeah, right, and they didn't do anything. They might have cut someone at training camp that was probably a veteran that was like, okay, like we probably don't need this guy.
How do you think that this will impact future edge rushers? Like with TJ being the highest non-quarterback paid, you look at a guy like Aiden Hutchinson, who
Okay,
granted
I was gonna
he's not. I was gonna say because once again, like Hutchinson's a D. If you want to get technical, he's a D end. So they play edge, outside edge rusher. Same position. When his contract is up, because last year was his second year, correct?
No, last year was his third year.
Third
yeah,
year.
I think so.
Especially with him coming off, like breaking his leg, which I think when he is extension, when he's eligible for an extension, Detroit's gonna give him almost a whatever he want deal.
Yeah, and I think it's for selective guys. I don't think it'll be like quarterbacks where like
next man up.
Yeah, next man up. Like it doesn't matter who you are, you're getting the next top contract. It'll be like I think it'll be like the elite guys, like Watt got his, Hutch will get his,
Myles Garrett got his.
Myles Garrett, when Micah Parsons comes up, I think he may have already signed an extension.
No, he's still It's so funny because it's funny you bring up Micah Parsons. He was recently on Undertaker's podcast, and Undertaker, big Texas guy, Dallas Cowboy fan. Michael was on there with a big ass cowboy hat on, and Undertaker was asking about it. He said, that stuff's gonna get done, but regardless, I'm gonna go ball out. So it seems like, especially with a player that is, let me not say flawed, because I think Micah Parsons is a really good player. I feel like he leaves stuff to be desired in the running game, but once again, it's just because he's not overly big. You see a lot of these edge rushers, and it's also interesting because when he was at Penn State, he wasn't just a pure outside edge rushing guy. They moved him all around, and
Mhm.
that's the kind of versatility that a player like Micah has. He can play inside, outside, D, and even if you need him to cover, obviously Dallas hasn't really asked much of this, but I remember there was, I think 2 years ago, he played outside line. He played outside, inside. I think he took like some like 0.01% of the snaps like at the safety spot just because he matched up on somebody, and I'm like, it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
However, like with Micah, it's going to be interesting to see if he's in like if his contract starts with a 4, and I mean average years.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was running it through my mind. Like, do you think Micah Parsons is he a player capable of anchoring a defense, or is he just a very, very good complementary player? I mean, and I mean that as far as like, he's. I don't think he's, a Brian Urlacher or a Von Miller type, like a defensive leader who, obviously he's one of the best skilled out there, right?
Hmm.
But do you think he can be the man as far as like, okay, you are the anchor of our defense, or do you think like, okay, we just need the anchor of our defense and then you can run wild?
I think for his skill set, he will be the most talented player on that Dallas Cowboys defense or whatever defense he ends up with, especially in the next
Mhm.
couple years. Um, as a vocal leader, I think he tries. I think he is more talent than vocal. I now once again, there's the difference between like the anchor of the defense and the best player on the defense,
Right,
because like for the Steelers defense, the anchor for years has been Cam Hayward, but the best player has
yeah,
been T.J. Watt.
right.
Um, I think Micah can. I think he has the potential and the talent to do so. But for him to be the most successful, I think that they need to have like your, in quotations, anchor, and then have
Hmm.
Micah just be the ungodly talent freak athlete that he always
Right.
has been.
Yeah, because like if you take that in the Lions' perspective, like Anzalone is our anchor, right? Like
Yeah.
he's all over the fucking field, but obviously Aiden Hutchinson is our best
Hmm.
player, right? On defense. So yeah, it's I think if you get the right, like maybe one to three pieces around Micah Parsons, I mean
Yeah.
that dude's gonna be a fucking wrecking ball. He already is.
Hmm.
Like, but you get him, a guy on the other side, maybe a guy in the middle to clog some guys up, dude. That dude,
The dude's a
he is on
freak.
fucking. He's on the next level with Aiden Hutchinson and Watt, Miles Garrett, all these dudes that are like on a completely another level than the rest of the league.
Yeah.
Um,
Quick thing though about Alex Anzalone. I remember a couple years ago. I think it was the season opener. It might have been 2 years ago. No, it was. Did you guys open up the season last year with the Rams at home?
yeah.
Yeah, because the year before y'all were in Kansas City. Yeah, yeah. I remember when you guys opened the season. I think it was on Sunday Night Football. It was either Sunday Night Football or Monday night. I remember it was a primetime game. I was in a Discord with some friends that are not really football heads, and because they like hearing me whether talk about it, whatever, XYZ, watch it, because they're just like they love side entertainment while they're doing
I thought
whatever.
you were gonna say that I was with some friends that are no longer friends, meaning a previous place that we were at.
Yeah, no,
That's what
no, it's
you were
funny.
referring to. But anyway,
Yeah, anyways, and they're not sports heads, but when I was watching, they were like, "Who is that dude with the long blonde hair? That dude's just everywhere." And I said, "That's Alex
so
Anzalone. He used to play for the Saints. He's fucking lit." He's like, "Dude, it's just wherever the ball is, he just finds his way around it." And I'm like, "Yeah, dude." And the injury wasn't funny, but when he broke his arm, a couple weeks later, I was like, "Remember that long haired dude that you were like?" Everyone's like, "Yeah." So he broke his arm. Damn. Just one of the small things.
I mean, when they signed him from the Saints, man, I was like, and because like this, I believe he was like one of their bigger off-season signings,
Yeah.
and because we were no good when we got him, and we are like, I was like, dude, who the fuck is this guy? Like this
Yeah.
guy? your big signing in the offseason, like for
Oh,
your
he's
defense, like dude. And now, because like even his first couple years, I was like, dude, I thought he was very just average.
Mhm.
Now I think the last 2 years, he's really stepped up his game, and he flies all over the fucking field, man.
I think if Jack Campbell can get underneath him, like he
Mhm.
already is, but like taking more of the instincts as opposed to read and react, as opposed to just
Yeah.
see ball go or things like that. I think they could be like a top 1-2 linebacker spot in
Yeah.
potentially in the next 2 years, because Jack Campbell was such a freak at Iowa. And when
Hmm.
y'all picked him up, I'm like, oh, that's one of the steals in the draft, and that was also the year with the Jahmyr Gibbs, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly. But it's like accumulating talent and just getting on the field. It transfers to wins.
Right. And for the longest time the Lions the linebacker core was like the weak part of the team. Like I mean we had what was his name? Tavai, was he the one that went to like Hawaii?
Yeah,
And and yeah, Matt Patricia drafted him, and like or not Matt Patricia, but we had Patricia and Quinn was like I think said like something stupid as fuck like I have never scouted someone so or no, that was the dude from Florida. The linebacker from Florida we drafted. Talber? Was it Talber? Something like that?
yeah.
Tabor? Something like that. He was
I'll have
like
to look it up.
but he was like, I've never scouted someone so much that I scouted this guy, and he was a huge bust. And then yeah, Tavai, I think Tavai was the guy that they drafted, and literally the NFL draft didn't have any fucking highlights on him. They're like, we don't know who this guy is. And
We
we're
don't
like,
know who this guy
cool.
is.
So we're just drafting fucks out of that have a cool name. That's cool.
That's
Out
so
of
funny.
Hawaii.
Out
So
of Hawaii. But
yeah.
yeah, I think once again, me being a little biased, obviously, I'm happy T.J. Watt got his money, because I knew eventually he was gonna get his money, and I had assumed it would be more than Myles Garrett, and I love the immediate like reaction by like Browns fans and Browns like media and stuff, like people saying that oh, T.J. Watt is showing that if you complain and whine and bitch enough, you'll get your money. I'm like, Myles Garrett literally put out something saying I'd request a trade. Like,
Yeah.
TJ didn't make anything public. He was just like, I want a new deal. I'm not gonna
Right.
show up. He wasn't, putting out quotes and doing all this other shit like Myles Garrett and all that other hoopla. But it's just the immediate reaction makes me giggle, because
And
they're
fans,
always gonna be linked together.
yeah, Cincinnati fans can't say shit either. I mean, they got holdouts and fucking shit all the time.
They got kids.
Um,
They got kids y'all drafted going back to school.
yeah, like I don't want to play. Finally someone said I don't want to play football. I want to play school.
I want to
Finally.
play school. But,
Uh,
but yeah,
but yeah, we've already discussed how the actually when the newest episode of the 64-bit Legends drops, probably in a few days, you're gonna realize how the state of Ohio is the butthole of America, and dude, it sucks. The
yeah.
entire state sucks.
I was gonna say. I mean, the best thing they got there is the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That's it. And they could.
They have an amusement park, Cedar Point,
Oh,
and Kings Island. That's
yeah.
it.
And the
But yeah,
Ohio State. But once again, it's just it's school.
yeah, dude, Ohio State sucks too. Dude, Ohio State, Michigan, and Notre Dame are the fucking three stupidest colleges out there.
And Miami. You forgot Miami of
No, man.
Ohio.
U? Oh, I was gonna say the U is awesome.
No, I was gonna say.
Fucking great,
I
dude.
was gonna say you forget they got a Miami up there.
Oh, I know. They got a Miami of Ohio. Your
Yeah.
boy went there,
Yeah, Big
right?
Ben. Yeah,
Big Ben.
yeah.
The not so nice to women, Big Ben.
He was not found guilty. There may or may not have
Didn't
been
he? Didn't he trap some girl in the bathroom or something? Wasn't that the story?
It was alleged that that's what happened.
All right. Well, that happened.
Well, once again, they may or may not have settled, but once again, I wasn't there. I don't know. Oh, I did see a crazy. It's not funny that you brought up that incident, but I saw something a couple years ago. The year after Mike Singletary, when he was coaching the Niners, there was a deal in place that it might have been after Big Ben had his motorcycle accident. That there was a deal set up and ready to send Big Ben to the Niners.
Really?
Yeah, and then
what was it in return? Do you know?
I don't remember off the top. It might have been like a third-round pick and something. And then what's funny, the deal falls through. Pittsburgh wins the Super Bowl. That was in 2008. The deal was gonna happen in 2007.
Yeah, that was like there was supposed to be a deal. There was a deal done for the Pistons acquiring Kobe Bryant.
I remember that.
And it was getting Kobe for, it was basically, I think, for Rip Hamilton and Tayshaun Prince, and like some like maybe one other player and some draft picks.
For as much as Kobe is, Mr. Laker, he was almost Mr. Other places too. Like there was a deal for him to go to Dallas, Detroit. I think there was another deal for Chicago. I think
76ers. I thought there was a one for 76ers because I think he's from the Philly area.
Yeah, I don't think it went anywhere, but I know there was discussions of a potential LeBron for Kobe 1-for-1 swap, back then and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really interesting of all the hypothetical trades that never ended up, happening.
Right. Isn't there rumors of LeBron going to Dallas, or is that real or?
No, LeBron is going to, like, when I saw all of LeBron could potentially go to Dallas and all that stuff, it's all that stuff is pie in the sky, because LeBron, number one, he has a no trade clause. He opted into his $52 million player option, and because he has a no trade clause, even if they did have a deal set up, he would have to waive it. But
he sucked. No one's gonna want him anyway. It's not like anyone's like calling to ask him to, for a trade. And then like once he's gone, that they can get rid of his dumb son and just cut him too. Dude, he's not gonna be anything. He's not gonna be anything.
He's had a couple good summer league games. He just had I
had a couple good summer league games. Right? It's not that hard.
He just dropped 18 and 5 assists last night. That was like the only sports action that was going on, other than like TJ Watt.
I wish do I have a cricket button?
Yeah, we need to get one. That'd be so funny.
There crickets here. God damn.
Yeah, though, I need a cricket button. Anyways, with baseball coming back tonight,
yes.
I think the Tigers play tonight. I think every team plays tonight. I think
every team. I would be shocked if every team did not play today.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting to the last segment of our show already?
I was just gonna talk baseball for a couple minutes before we do that.
Real quick, before we do that, did you see that fucking that CEO at the Coldplay concert? I'm sure you've seen it.
That shit is so fucking funny. I saw someone say, "Thank God my marriage will never be that bad that I gotta take the side piece to a Coldplay concert." That shit had me crying. Once again, I don't condone affairs, any of that shit. If he wanted to get away with it, you should have just played it cool.
Yeah.
Because bro immediately started ducking like he was getting shot at. Immediately.
That's what I was gonna say. If he would have just stood there and like acted normal, the fucking thing probably would have never went online, dude.
Bro, the fact that they both they split, he ducked, it's so.
Their faces were like, oh shit.
It's apparent. I think he put out a statement.
Yeah, he did. I saw that last night as well. He put one out saying that he needs personal time to figure out.
I bet you do.
He's very disappointed in his actions and all this shit. And people are like, well, he was worth $1.2 billion.
That's just gonna be cut in half now.
Yeah, and it's yeah, if especially if you do, you're like, again, don't condone it, but if you're a high profile person, why the fuck are you doing that anyway?
In a public
In a
setting, you
public,
ding dong.
yeah, and like I said, if you just fucking acted normal, no one would have posted the shit online. But once you fucking act like Trump getting shot, and the fucking woman that you're with is head of HR or whoever the fuck of your company,
As
and he's got like a, and then her friend or whoever the fuck's next to her fucking just bawling out laughing like,
she's like, y'all are
Jesus Christ, man.
fucked.
Yeah, you guys are fucked. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Did you see the
Um,
trailer? Did you see the trailer for that new WWE documentary that's coming to Netflix?
the Unreal.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be like just a regular show. I don't think it's gonna just be a one-off documentary. I think it's gonna be a regular show, and it goes into the writers' room,
I saw
which
that.
is interesting. I know a lot of like old head wrestling guys, like they either love it or hate it, because like. But the thing is like it's not gonna be like live time, so it's like,
No,
okay,
it's
like
months afterwards.
right. And so like I think that's kind of cool. Like, you get to see what they were thinking about, like, when they made, Jay, I'm assuming the trailer was about making Jay Uso the fucking champion, or take, whatever.
One of us for
Um
Cena. They had Cena in the trailer
yeah.
because they were like, we play out all these imaginary stuff in our head, and it's like, what if we turned John someone, they were showing a montage of whatever over, and then someone says, what if we turned John, and then I guess John's gonna be in it because it panned his face, like he was getting interviewed, and said,
Yeah.
I bet you didn't expect that answer, did you?
Right.
Just stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
also
and
it's gonna be really interesting to see, like, yeah, just like you brought up, what goes through some of the writers' mindsets, stuff like that,
right.
XYZ. I'm I think I'm like, just, personally, I think I'm on the fence a little bit about it. I think it will be great TV and stuff like that, but
Right.
that's kind of like a sacred,
Yeah.
you know,
And I agree, but like at the same time, no one's forcing you to watch it. So like if you want to
100%.
keep, you know what I mean? Like that's what I don't understand with people. Like they're like, "Oh man, like that's terrible." Like you don't have to watch it, dude.
Yeah,
Like don't watch it.
yeah.
It's not
I
for you. Don't
saw
watch.
I saw
Just like my fucking 64-bit Legends Rumble that someone had a problem with on another stream, and I'm like, okay, dude, like you should have did your due diligence on what we are doing and checking it out before you wanted to put it on your stream.
yeah. Just
But
don't like it,
again,
don't watch it.
if you okayed it, you don't have to watch it.
Yeah, just
Like,
a bunch of hoopla
you know,
bullshit. I don't know if you saw the trailer at the end. Because they're highlighting WrestleMania in, like,
yeah,
it. I guess they were down there for rehearsals and stuff, and Charlotte was in the ring and, messing with Punk, and Punk asked Charlotte if she's ever shit herself in a match, and she's like, no, if I did, I'd lie. I think I peed a little, and a lot of people are like, why would Punk ask something like that? And then, the actual comments were like, oh, because Punk shit himself
yeah.
on Raw.
Fucking Cena shit himself. Like, I think it happens probably more often than,
Oh,
like, not all the fucking time, but like, yeah,
right.
dude. Like, I mean, I had to leave the show the other day, like, because I was like, oh shit, this just hit my fucking stomach. I gotta go, Lawson. You gotta take us out, dude.
And imagine if
Um,
you're getting imagine if you're taking a suplex.
right, or like, obviously they do make contact sometimes. So like, yeah, if you get kicked in the fucking stomach and you're like, whoop, or whatever, like, well, whatever, dude. It happens.
Could you imagine you're about to whiplash somebody in the corner? I think I just shut my pants.
Yeah, I mean, like there's a famous Andre story where he's sitting on, I think, Bad News Brown, and he didn't like him, and he was trying to fart on him, and he ended up shitting his pants on while sitting on the guy.
That's so funny. Jake the Snake tells a funny story about that too. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast, I think, like fucking 6 years ago. It was a long time ago. It's a really good just insight into, Jake the Snake and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they were talking about Andre and stuff like that, and he said Andre just fucking he did the ass drop, and he
Hmm.
said when he went to do the ass drop, his fucking hand slipped, and fucking he said, I just felt like all 600 pounds of Andre just fucking land on my chest, and I think I'm like, can I breathe? And then fucking he said, then Andre just starts laughing, ooh, 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 and just start laughing, and the ref goes, Andre, why are you laughing? And then Andre, being a big ass kid, says, I'm farting. And then Joe Rogan starts busting out laughing, and then Jake says, you know how long a giant can fart? About 40 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
that dude was a beast.
There's like a infamous story of him like ripping ass on the set of The Princess Bride,
Yeah.
and like it like went for like 45 seconds to a minute, and
So funny.
like everyone just stopped, and they were like, and the director was like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "I am now, boss."
Andre, it would have been so cool if Andre would have lived into, to where you could have had like the Andre documentary that they did
Yeah,
was awesome. It would have been
yeah,
so cool if he could have lived to now to actually like do it. Like if he would have lived, I'm not saying to be 103 like a wrestler like Bruno Sammartino, because he
yeah.
lived high 90s of early hundreds, but if he could have been around to just the stories that fucker could have told, like when him and Nature Boy went out and drank 48 beers, just
Mhm.
fucking waking up and pounding a case of wine, and it's like
Yeah.
that was breakfast.
Right. But also, like, not to say that I'm kind of glad he's gone, but like, I don't think it would have as much
But
mystique.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good point,
stuff and
because
like
it's
the
like
stories, right?
it's one of those, you had to be there, dog. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it is towards the end of the show, so we do got to get our nerfies in.
Nerfy
I'm
time.
actually, I'm undecided on mine, so like, I'm
You
picking
looking
a
around?
random. I'm gonna go with a divisional matchup that starts at 7:35 Eastern time. The
Ooh.
Baltimore Orioles, Charlie Morton, he's 5-7. He's got a 5.18 ERA and 88 strikeouts. Is going against the Tampa Bay Rays. Taj Bradley, he is 5-6, 4.6 ERA, with 89 strikeouts. Again, this is going against a lot of my normal picking because I usually go under a certain ERA, but um, I feel like we can get through the first inning with this matchup today. Orioles Rays is my nerfy of the day.
That shit, it's still crazy to think that how like old Charlie Morton is, and he's still just out there, dude.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
For mine, I'm gonna go with the San Diego Padres going up against the Washington Nationals. The Washington Nationals pitcher is TBD, while the San Diego Padres, huh?
The famous TBD.
Yeah, he's undefeated, never
Yep.
lost. Dylan Cease is pitching for the Padres. He has a 3-9 record, which is kind of insane because how I think of him as an above average pitcher, and this
Right.
year it's like he'll have great performance, two shitty performances, great performance, two shitty performances. He, as mentioned, he has a 3-9 record, a 4.88 ERA. However, lifetime against these Washington Nationals, he's giving up a .022 batting average, 1 for 6 lifetime with 18 strikeouts. So hopefully
Yeah.
he continues his dominance, and the Padres can hang out from destroying whoever's on the mound.
I'm trying to go for my third win in a row, so
Hmm.
let's let's go. Let's get on the train and follow the caboose, right? So, thank you for joining us on this Friday. Again, the Legends Clubhouse is live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 7:30 Eastern Time, AM. So, when you're getting that morning coffee, or if you're Lawson or some other hippie, you got your tea. Or if you're a normal person like me, you have like a soda or a water or Gatorade. Um, get your cereal in. Again, probably have it dry. Having milk with cereal is gross. You shouldn't do it. Just eat it dry. And if you would like to sip milk next to it, you don't want any floaties in that shit, dude. It's gross. Or get your nice breakfast layout with some pancakes, some waffles, no syrup, just use butter, just a little bit because it clogs your heart. But make sure you get that flimsy bacon, those sausage links, and join us for either your morning commute or your morning breakfast, on those 3 days. You can find later shows, obviously, at New Leaf News on YouTube. If you're watching live, you obviously know we're on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, like us, get the notifications that when we are live, you can join us. Or if you can't make it in the morning, if you're still sleeping, take or check out the tape show or non-live, whatever, when we post it, whatever you want to call it. For daily content, go to newleafnews.com or .network. Both of them take you to the same great site. Hey, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. We're hitting over 1,000 views every day for almost the entire month of July. We are on fire. We've been live for about 4 months. We have over 25,000 views. So thank you for that. Continue to check our stuff out, whether it's entertainment, sports, gaming, horoscope stuff, politics. We got it all. We also have a section for Pods and More, where my other show, 64-Bit Legends. You can find the newest episodes over on Pods and More. Myself and my co-host Melvin Troy. We have about 110 episodes. We're rolling, so go back and listen to all of them. You can find us at 64-Bit Legends on Instagram, on X. Same 2 platforms for myself. At Bobby Kaboose. Same 2 platforms for Mr. Lawson over there, Lawson_1226. We all know by this time those numbers mean, his birthday's coming up the day after Christmas. He's never received just a birthday gift because they lump it in because people are cheap. So don't be cheap. Get himself some stuff. He's got 17 pages of wish list items on his Amazon account. Start marking those off, man. I know they range from $3 to $764. Get the most expensive stuff now or put it on layaway. Call up a firm, get a payment plan. Let's get him some good gifts. I'm not going to get him anything, but you guys sure can. And, maybe send him some money. I think those last 4 are the last 4 digits of his social too, so maybe steal his identity. I don't know. But check us out at New Leaf News on YouTube, on X, on Insta, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Blue Sky, everywhere. We even have a Spotify channel. I don't even know what the hell's on there, but we have one. So go check it out. We other than that, man, we will be back Monday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. If you want to take us out, I think I'm done rambling.
Awesome.
For today.
Just for today.
Yeah, just for today.
But we will be back Monday at 7:30 Eastern Time. As always, thank you so much for checking us out here for the Legends Clubhouse. For new... you distracted me. For New Leaf News and the Legends Clubhouse, I'm Lawson Turner. That's Bobby Kaboose. We will see you beautiful people Monday morning. Until next time, peace.